So the next topic that we are going to discuss is patent application procedure. And first of all, we already discussed what is a patent in the previous lessons. So we know that patent is the grant of an exclusive right to the owner of an invention or an idea to exclude others from making, use, or offering for sale or selling or importing patented invention, and that is the exclusive right that is granted to that particular inventor. So that's a patent. So why should you consider patenting your invention? It's already discussed because you own the invention for a given period of 20 years because that is the period of protection which is offered by the patent. And you can use it to build a business of your own, or you can rent it or license it to other business holders to develop that technology or use that technology for the production in their own business. So you have the provision of licensing to others. Then you can completely sell the patent to other companies. Previously, there are many cases in which successful inventions were actually sold by the original patent owners to the multinational companies. So that is also possible. So that's why if you are the owner of a patent or you are having some innovation or invention in your hand, you will get 20 years of protection or exclusive ownership for that invention, which can be commercialized by you, by yourself, or by different commercial establishments or companies by leasing or renting it to the companies, or even the entire patent with all the rights can be sold to other companies for commercialization. So that is the purpose of the patent. Now, there is a Patent Cooperation Treaty, PCT. India actually became a member of this Patent Cooperation Treaty in 1998. And this is an international agreement for the international cooperation in the field of the patents. Previously, what happened is that since the patent is granted within a country or within a country, it is applicable only within a country of grant. If you want to get a patent or a protection for your innovation in all maybe 192 countries, then you have to separate, you file a separate application for patent in each and every country. If you skip one country, then your invention or protection for your invention may not be applicable in that country. So which means before the PCT, the inventor needs to file the application for the patent in all the countries simultaneously, so that after the filing it will come to the public domain, so anybody can claim that one. So wherever you require that patent protection, in all the countries you have to file that patent application simultaneously, which is a very complicated process. And also it will be a costly effort. It will cost you more if you are going to file in all the countries worldwide simultaneously. Then the process of application and even the cost that is incurred will be much higher. And after the PCT or Patent Cooperation Treaty in 1998, the nations actually entered into an agreement in international cooperation in the field of granting patents. And that means a single application in the single language in a single patent office is sufficient to give you protection in all the nations. And subsequently, you need to file a patent in that country separately, that is required. But if you file a patent application in any patent office in any country, which is actually a part of this Patent Cooperation Treaty, then you will have the claim over the all other patent offices in worldwide. Later you can file that one because your claim will be protected by filing a single application in a single patent office in any country. So that's the advantage of the Patent Cooperation Treaty, which gives a global coverage of protection during the filing of patent applications. So now, in India, we have 4 patent offices, and they are in Mumbai, Delhi, Chennai, and Kolkata, which is head office. And the regions which is covered under, actually it is mentioned there in Mumbai, the states like Gujarat, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Goa, Chhattisgarh, Daman Diu, and Nagar Haveli, Dadra Nagar Haveli, all these were actually going to the Mumbai patent office. And when we come to Kerala, our patent office is Chennai, and that is applicable for Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Pondicherry, and Lakshadweep. Then Delhi, which will cover Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, Jammu Kashmir, UP, Punjab, Rajasthan, Uttaranchal, Chandigarh, all these states will be covered by the Delhi Patent Office. And the rest of the India is actually, which is a head office. The Kolkata head office will handle the rest of the India. So this is the different patent offices in India in which you require to file your application and claim your benefits or claim your protection worldwide as a part of the PCT. Now, when we come to the procedure for getting a patent, there are various steps. In the procedure, we can see there is the first step is the invention disclosure, and second step a non-disclosure agreement. Then third one, you have to assess whether the invention is patent, or to see whether it's a patentable invention or not. Check for patentability. And the next one, writing and filing a patent application, publication of invention, then request for an examination. And these are the different steps which is involved, and we will see each and every step in detail in the subsequent slides. Then the cost of a patent, obtaining a patent in India, is approximately about 55,000 to 1.5 lakhs, depending upon your case and other things. And there are 2 components for that. For in the cost incurred for obtaining a patent, there are 2 components. The first one is the government fees for the forms and requests and renewal fees every year. All these things were given to the government. And the second component, that is the professional charges for patent professionals or patent attorneys, or the legal component, or who are handling your legal aspects. That professional charges will be there for filing and obtaining and handling the patent application. So overall cost will be about 55,000 to 1.5 lakhs. And there is a required time required for getting a patent that may be years nowadays. We will see that. So this is the procedure for obtaining the patent. Now, the first step, as I mentioned, it is the invention disclosure. So first of all, for disclosure of your invention or your idea, you need to write down the invention with as much as detail as possible, so that a moderately skilled person need to understand your invention, your idea, or whatever, and that needs to be made understandable for a moderately skilled person. For that, you need to write down the invention in as much as detail as possible. Then you have to select the area of the, or say the area and nature of the invention, which area you are going to get the protection. Is it in biotechnology, or is it in some other field? So what field of protection that you are going to require. And the next one is description, write a description of the invention and what it does, so that a summary of your invention, and you have to briefly explain how you are describe your invention and what is the application, what it does. That needs to be written down. And the next one, how does it work? The mechanism of underlying that one, the principle behind that invention, that needs to be that needs to be recorded. Then uh, you have to state the prior arts. Like, is there any existing solution similar to that of your invention is existing? That's a review part in which you have to mention whether a similar solution or similar technology is already existing and available in the market that need to be marked. And the next one, uh, you have to claim the advantages of your invention over the existing ones, if any. Usually when we write a paper also that we do, because we will review the existing or the current status of that research or the technology at that position, and then you will claim your benefits or the advantages of your invention over the existing technology. So what new will be contributed to the community through your invention, that needs to be advantages of your invention, that needs to be recorded. Then you have to include diagrams or sketches which explains the working of that invention. So it is a very proper documentation of your invention that you want to disclose. So in your disclosure statement, you have to write all these things, all the details about the invention, the area of invention, and the description about the invention, the mechanism of working of the invention, and previous references, if any, like the existing status of the similar works or the similar products or similar ideas which is existing in the domain, that needs to be recorded. And you have to finally claim the advantages of your invention over the existing solutions, so that the usefulness of your invention needs to be highlighted. And finally, you have to include diagrams and sketches so that it will better explain the working mechanism of the invention. All these things were recorded in the invention disclosure form. The next one is a non-disclosure agreement. Anyway, once you prepare all these statements or all these materials, then you have to disclose it. Before disclosing or before making your invention or made available to the public, you need to get a non-disclosure agreement from the concerned parties or to whom you are going to disclose. Maybe that is a patent professional or an advocate or an attorney. They are actually discussing on your hand. They are handling your case during the next procedure. So you have to get a non-disclosure agreement from the patent professionals who are handling your case, and the supervisors, then partners or technical assistants who is working in your lab. So if you are going for a patent, all the parties that is involved with you in the invention, maybe your technical assistants or your partners or your research scholars or whoever working along with you in that invention, they need to sign an agreement of non-disclosure agreement so that they won't take it out before granting the patent, because the patent procedure actually it requires at least a few years to to grant the patent. And before that period, if it leaks out, certainly you will lose your claim. So that's why even you can't publish that article in a scientific article. Your discovery or your invention, you can't publish it before getting the patent. So to whom you are going to disclose, like a patent professional or superior or supervisor or partner, technical assistant, all the parties who is involved with your work needs to sign a non-disclosure agreement to keep the confidentiality of your work. So it should not leak out before publication through the patent office. The next one is my invention patentable? You have to look for the patentability of your invention. And in the previous sections, we already discussed that the patentability. There is a criteria for patentability in which novelty is a minimum requirement. It should be novel. So patentability or novelty search for finding out whether your invention meets all the patentability criteria as per the Indian Patent Act, that is novelty, non-obviousness, industrial application or usefulness. All these things were need to be evaluated so that the patent, even it is a Indian Patent Act is already mentioned, because there are some items which is excluded or treated as non-patentable in India. That's also discussed in the previous session. So the patentability of the organism, whether this item can or the technology or idea can be patented or under the Indian Patent Act, and again whether it is novel or whether it is non-obvious, and there is a industrial application or usefulness is there or not. All these things were to be evaluated before proceeding. So your invention need to be patentable under the Act, and also it should meet the minimum criteria like novelty, non-obviousness, and industrial application for proceeding further. And this novelty search, it may require about 12,000 to 20,000 fee, professional fee. If you are approaching a professional like a patent attorney, there are professional services for helping you in patent, obtaining a patent. That's why the cost of patent goes up to 55,000 to 1.5 lakhs. So you can approach after the non-disclosure agreement. You can get the help of a professional team for patentability search, and whether any prior art is there in which are having the same claim as you. All these things can be checked, and the patentability can be searched by professional help, and that may take up to 7 days, and about 12,000 to 20,000 cost is incurred for that purpose. Now, there's the next step is the writing and filing of a patent application. So for what? For that purpose, the patent drafting or patent writing is since it is a specialized skill that requires years of practice and knowledge of the patent law, as well as the technical knowledge. Hence, actually, it is called a techno-legal agreement, or it's a techno-legal application, because it includes a lot of legal components and also technical components. So that drafting of the patent application or writing of the patent application is actually, it's a skilled job. That's why patent attorneys or patent professionals who are actually now in the field. Basically, they were advocates or legal professionals with good knowledge on the patent law. And your technology needs to be translated into legal terms, so that the protection is actually done in a perfect manner. So that then for the drafting this techno legal agreement, you will use the help of a patent professionals. There are two ways to proceed about a patent filing, and that is the first one is a provisional patent application, and the second one is a complete patent application. And the first option, that is a provisional patent application, is in that case you are at very early stage of your research and development for you of your invention, and you need to write down the entire disclosure statement and prepare the claims and other things. You may take time, but you have a novel idea and your novel invention in your hand. But you may take some more time for the full development and preparation of all the details and other supporting materials. So in that case, you can secure a filing date or a priority date. Usually, a normal patent application, after filing, it will require about 18 months to process. After 18 months only, it will you will start claiming that one. So that 18 months period can be minimized if you have a provisional patent application filed earlier, in the early stage of your development of the invention. So you will get more time for further fine tuning of your invention and preparing all the documents for the submission. For that period, you will get at least 12 months to file the complete specification. Okay, so you can prepare a provisional patent application earlier, so that you will save time in granting the final patent. So you anyway you are if you have a novel technology, novel idea, you know that anyway you are going to for the patent, and you can file a provisional application. And after filing that provisional application, you have to file the original application or the complete application with all the details within 12 months of time of that provisional application. And it is having low cost. The provisional patent application is having about a low cost of 15,000 to 25,000, and the government fees applicable is only about 16,000, and the remaining goes to the patent professionals who is supporting the preparation and submission of the techno-legal agreement. before the expiry of the 12 months, once you filed the patent, provisional patent application, before the expiry of the 12 months from the filing of the provisional application, you need to file a complete application followed by the provisional application. So that means about 10,000 to 15,000 or more will be the cost of that one. Then you have to prepare the provisional specifications or submit the provisional specifications for that one, or priority date, or when you are going to submit of the final one, or claim the effective date of the patent. Priority date of the patent should be mentioned, and the title of the invention needs to be given in the provisional application. And in the provisional specification, we have to also give a description of the invention, not the entire details or technical details, including the write-up and diagrams. It's not required. That may be submitted only along with the complete application. But the priority date or the claim, the date in which your claim actually coming into existence, that priority date needs to be set. And also, the title of the invention needs to be specified during the provisional application. Then a description, a brief description about the invention is to be given, and the principle of the invention and the general statement of the actual invention, all these things need to be incorporated in the provisional specification. But okay. The second option is the complete patent application, and in the case of complete patent application, it includes the entire description of the invention, diagrams, embodiments, claims. All these things were actually incorporated in the complete patent application. But this is not included in the provisional patent application that you filed earlier. And it is actually having more cost, and it may the preparation may require about 15 days and 25,000 to 40,000 for preparation of the complete patent application. The complete specification, as I mentioned, it is a techno-legal agreement. It the contents include a title of the invention and the field of the invention, maybe biotechnology or something, and again state of art in the field, or the present status of the invention or the current technology in the field, if something is existing in the field, and objects of your invention. What is the objective of your invention? And detailed means you are trying to state the advantages of your invention over the existing state of the art in works that is existing in the field. Then a detailed description of the invention needs to be prepared, and that is a part of the disclosure form. And you have to prepare the claims of your invention, or claims over your invention, that needs to be prepared. Finally, you have to prepare an abstract for publication. And the main component is a claim, because that is the actual legal, the part in which you are getting the legal protection. If your claims were weak, then you won't get any benefit out of your patent. So once you give all the details of the invention, you have to mention specific claims over your, for example, and that claims give you the exclusive rights. As I mentioned, intellectual property will give you a bundle of rights. You can sell or use or and prevent others from using something. If you want to prevent others from doing something, then you should have a specific claim. This patent will prevent others from illegally using or doing something. That needs to be specifically mentioned in the claim. Otherwise, it will not have any legal stand. That's why this is a techno-legal agreement. And claims make the picture clear, as I mentioned. This is usually it is written in single sentences. You can't give an entire paragraph for a claim, but it should be very precise single sentences, and possible equivalent variations, if any. that needs to be given. For example, if it can be the same idea can be interpreted in other terms, that also needs to be mentioned. Any equivalent variation of using a different word or something, then you have to include that one also. And it shouldn't be too wide, and it must be very specific, and attractiveness is also important in preparing the claims. And there is one previous joke in Malayalam, like somebody previously there were these document writers. They usually write the legal documents when you sell some property or land or something. They are the persons who write the documents. And there is a story that somebody wrote a document like an Adharam, in which it is the original owner give the permission to do some agricultural work. വെണ്ട കൃഷി ചെയ്യാനാണ് കൊടുത്തത്, വെണ്ട. ആധാരം എഴുത്തുകാരൻ എന്ത് ചെയ്തു? ഹി കറക്റ്റഡ് ഇറ്റ് ആസ് വേണ്ട കൃഷി എന്നാക്കി. So the Venda Krishi and Venda Krishi തമ്മിലുള്ള വ്യത്യാസം, it is very literally it is very small, but in legal terms the other party actually the property that is given for a lease for a long time for Venda Krishi can be used for Venda Krishi. So that is the single example that can be used for mention the actual claim when we are preparing the legal document. So if your claim is not correct, or if it is broad, if it is not specific, or then the legal coverage will vary. You won't get the protection that may that actually demand. So that's the main component of the preparation of a legal document like patent. So your claim should be very specific, and it should give all the required coverage for your invention. Now, publication of invention is the next step. So once you file the complete patent application, then after the 18 months from the priority date or the submission of the complete application, you will have to wait for 18 months, and that's the minimum requirement. In the previous case, actually, when we discussed the provisional patent application, you can at least minimize or you can reduce 12 months of this waiting period by filing a provisional patent application 12 months before. So that only we have to, after filing the complete application, you have to wait only for 6 more months. And there is another option of yearly publication on special request is also possible with maybe a higher fee. That is also possible without waiting for 18 months. That provision is also, yearly publication provision is also available. And for that purpose, for the publication of the invention, you have to fill the Form 9 with a fees of about 2,500 to 10,000. And when the patent is published, along with that, the date of the application is mentioned. Then number of it will be given with an application number, and that application number will be there. The name and address of the applicant and abstract of the invention, not the full details, is actually published. So once you give the complete application and publish that invention, then the minimum data like the date of the application and number of the application and the address of the applicant, then the abstract of the invention is actually published at the initial stage. So that is the 5th step. The next one is you have to use the Form 18 and make a request for examination. This request for examination is mandatory. Without the request, your application will not be processed. I think after 48 months or something, yes, it's already mentioned there. Request within 48 months from the priority date, means after the filing of the complete application. And if you are not raising a request for examination paying the required fee of 2,000 to 10,000, and that is actually 4,000 for an individual inventor. If there are multiple applicants or multiple is a if it's a, there are co-inventors in that one, then you'll have to pay more. And anyway, by paying the required fee for examination and filling the form 18 for the or request form in 18 form 18 within a period of 48 months from the filling of the application, that is the priority date. So that is required for actual examination of your claims. And without request, the application is treated as withdrawn after 48 months. So the request for examination is the next step. So this is the examination stage where we will claim, we will request a formal examination request using the form 18, and a technical examination is done by the patent office. Then a first examination report or FER is submitted by them. Whether it is patentable or not, it meets the required criteria, and all of the things will be examined during the examination stage by the patent office. And if there is since anyway you already published the abstract of your invention with titles and other things, and if there is any opposition for your claim about your claims by some other inventors or some other scientists or some other companies who opposes that invention, they have to use the form 15 and pay a fee of 300 within 4 months from acceptance of the complete specification. The controller notifies the applicant if there is a complaint or opposition against that patent application. The controller notifies the original applicant or inventor, and the opponent and the applicant needs to file their statements, and both the parties will be heard by the controller of the patents about the objection that is raised by other parties. Now, the next step is a grant of the patent, in which it is actually granted by the controller, and usually 6 months from the period of that examination, that first examination report, FER. After the submission of that, after the submission of FER, about 6 months may be taken before the grant of that patent by the controller. And for that purpose, no separate request is not required. After or within a period of 6 months of filing that examination report, the patent will be granted to the inventor. And the date of, so from the term of the patent is actually 20 years from the 20 years as per the Patent Amendment Act of 2002 in India. So that's about grant of the patent. So this is some steps that is in the patent procedure, in which the filing of the patent application is there. Then there are two provisions like early publication and publication after 18 months is there. And for the early publication, you may require to pay a higher fee and raise a special request for that one. And the patent office will actually, they examine your request, and after the examination they may grant or refuse that claim, and that is a part of the patent examination by the patent office. And the publication of grant of the patent is the next step. And even if there is an opposition to the patent, that will be heard by the controller, and the controller will take the final decision. So that is a patent application procedure in short. So this is another flow chart in which we have the invention disclosure form, and the inventor's declaration is there, the assignment of the patent. Patent assignment means we can assign the patent to somebody like your company or your institute, so that it's not the original inventor that may actually get the patent. Maybe, for example, if a university faculty invents something, our employer means university, or even the CSIR, if it is funded by the project is funded by CSIR, then CSIR will be the original assignee. So the patent will be transferred to CSAR. Only a portion of that or some benefits will be given to the original inventor, because it's actually the entire research work is actually funded uh, by the concerned funding agency. That's why. So the inventor can give the declaration, and it can the original assignee can be mentioned to whom the patent or the ownership of the patent is transferred. Then there is a preliminary search, and usually you can get the help of such a patent professionals for performing the prior art and preliminary searches. Then finally, there is a novelty search and to see whether it is patentable or not. Then there is a professional search can also be used for that searching. Then finally, you approach a patent attorney and who will prepare the techno-legal agreement, and the patent application is filed, which will go to the patent examiner, and patent examiner will on a special request from your side in Form 18, I think, and that patent examiner will examine your patent claims, and if there is a some similar prior arts or prior existing works similar to yours is already existing, and they find that it is not actually a novel one, then it will be rejected. And if it is rejected, your patent attorney or the person who is actually handling the legal side of the applicant, the patent attorney will again claim for ask for a patent prosecution or after a review process with your attorney. You can submit your statements of the actual claim, and you can get it corrected. And then if you convince that okay, it is still the claims exist and it is legally valid, then the patent examiner may grant the patent, and the patent will be published. So there are other provisions like once you file the disclosure agreement, a provisional application can be filed. The first one is about the complete application, and if you are in the early stage of the invention, you can use the provisional patent application and wait for 18 months, and during that period you will or after 12 months you will file the complete application. Then you will the patent examination procedure is almost same as that of the complete application, which is mentioned here. That is this part is already available in here also. And after provisional search, you will wait for some period, and then between that period, after within a period of 12 months, you will file the complete application, and then your patent attorney and patent examiner they will handle the things, and finally you will get the patent published. So this is how the patent is actually obtained in India. So these are some old graphs in which the country-wise patents. This is about US and Japan, then China, Korea. So country-wise patent distribution, and comparatively, India scores much less when we are comparing to the other countries. So this is